Hi guys, welcome back. Kalclash Fitness. Now again, back in the shed by popular demand. I have been various other locations just recently, but the shed is always something that people want me to come back to. So here we are, we're back in the House of Pain, the Kalclash Fitness shed, the sweat zone, the sauna, whatever you want to call it. Here we are, and we're back in the shed where we belong. Now today we're going to be talking about what to eat before you go for a run. Okay, and this is a question that comes up a lot, and it's the answer will vary depending on who you are and what your ability is and how fast you're going to be running, etc, etc, etc. But the general answer to this question is, if you're about to go for a run, don't eat anything. Yeah, you want to be running on an empty stomach. If you're out running, or any exercise really, you don't want the blood to be in your stomach. You want your blood to be pumping through your muscles, through your legs, through your arms, driving you forward. Every ounce of available blood needs to be pumping through your veins and through your muscles. Does not want to be sat in your stomach. Secondly, if you're out for a run, it's a very jarring exercise. At the best of times, you don't want a big heavy amount of food sloshing about in there and sort of holding you back, and even maybe at the top of a run you see that food come back up and go on the pavement. So a rule of thumb, don't eat before running. I like to leave a 2-hour window, and outside that 2-hour window I'll only have something very small. So what we're talking about here is sugary small snacks really. So dates, one of my favourites. Ripe bananas, so 1 or maybe 2 ripe bananas, and always, as always, my personal favourite, the old baby food. So this one is organic bananas, apricots and baby rice. Very simply, screw the top off, blast down a bit of that goodness. All carbohydrates, all sugar, plenty of energy there. I find with this baby food actually, that's in and out of my system within an hour. So if I do feel like I've timed my nutrition badly for a run, a baby food is always a good one to blast down the hatch, get a bit of energy quickly. Within the hour, or even maybe half an hour if I'm not going to be pushing it too hard, the baby food is always a winner. Tastes bloody good too. So baby food, definitely up there with the best. Now, if you have completely dropped the ball, you want to go for a run, you're starving bloody hungry, you need to eat something, I'd recommend maybe 1 date, yeah, maybe a sip of baby food, a couple of chomps on a very ripe banana, you know, something along those lines. Maybe a couple of chomps on a piece of fruit, something like that. Nothing heavy, nothing that's got high or even a moderate fat content, so you want something that's high in sugary carbs. Even just blasting some orange, you know, orange squash or diluted drink mixture, as long as it doesn't you know, stay clear of the sugar-free shit and all that aspartame full chemical filled, you know, bullshit. So stick to your fruit juices, concentrates that have sugar, not the ones that don't. Sports drinks, again, in an emergency maybe, but I find that they're full of additives and food colorings and all the rest of it, so I tend to like to steer clear of those. And another thing you can do, what I like to do, if I am feeling a little bit hungry before a run, not a problem, I'll maybe have a green tea. So a lot of people are pro caffeine and against caffeine and all the rest of it. I tend to be in the camp that's leaning towards being against caffeine a little bit. I don't drink caffeine from day to day. I don't need caffeine to be awake or alert or anything like that. But I do find caffeine gives me a fairly decent boost in running, cycling performance. Steer clear for swimming, but that's another topic. So if I am about to go out for a run, I feel like I do need a little bit of a pick-me-up, then I find green tea is always a good option to turn to. So it doesn't need to be strong or anything like that, just 1 cup of green tea, nice and weak, just to give you that extra little bit of a boost, a little boost of energy if you need it. I find that's a lot more effective than turning to food, which in turn is going to give you a heavy stomach, and it's actually going to negatively affect your ability to go out there and perform and to run. So there we go, they're my top tips for nutrition before running. That is very specific to running. Cycling, I like to do things a little bit differently. If you want to hear my opinions and thoughts on that, just leave me a comment or send me a message. Guys, don't forget to subscribe down below. If there's anything else, any other topics at all you want me to talk on, just let me know. As I said, we're back in the shed, popular demand. Let's keep it rolling. Subscribe, eat healthy, carb up, get out there, whether the weather's hot, cold, raining, miserable, whatever it is. Get out there, have a good time, enjoy yourself, and let's do this.